Hello everyone, Voodoo here, and man, this is like the third time I've made one of these videos. So today we're doing an updated guide on the ring. For those who are out of the loop, I made a video that came out on Monday because my schedule is Monday, Friday. So, I figured, okay, we'll do a ring video before the patch releases on Tuesday. Blizzard buffed it. So I did a video last night. You guys never saw that one. Talk about the updated ring. And then about an hour or two later, some of the sim people, Sailor, as one person I know, pushed some new tech, pushed some new sims, which basically changed the entire thing I just wrote. So here we are, the third video. Sorry this one's so late. It's just kind of how everything worked out. I was at work, yada yada yada. But here we are today talking about the final updated ring video for now. They might change stuff, but yeah. So in this video, I'm going over the rings, what you want to use for them, how you want to equip them, and they're very good. So get ready to get in there. So long intro, but make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Liking is so important to me. If you want to see me succeed, make sure you smash the like button just on any video you like, because it helps spread to more people. You guys have been doing great recently. Keep it up. I really appreciate it, and let's get on to it. All right, so here we are, hopefully for the final time. This is my third time doing a video like this with sims. Now, if you notice, this is drastically higher than the last time we talked. Now, the reason for that is A, the new tech discovered, and B, the fact that the rings have been buffed up to 658 item levels. So no longer do they cap at 639. They now start at 639. So on Tuesday, today, once servers are up, you can get yourself a 639 ring. And after 6 weeks, each week you'll get a little thing from doing the quest. It'll be 658, which is roughly heroic item level for next raid. So ring is great now. But on top of that, they discovered new tech for one of the gems. There's also further kind of cheaty, buggy tech, which I'll talk about at the end of the video, that will probably be patched out, but we're going to talk about it anyways. So what is this gem? Well, the best in slot outcome right now is Legendary Skipper's Citron, which is a wind citron, where your spells and abilities have a chance to cast a random singing citron effect at 150% effectiveness. On top of that, you pair that with Stormbringers, which is an all stat, and then Fathom Dwellers, which is mastery, but then also scales your effects based on how much mastery you have. This is very good. You're using this one in every single scenario. So let's talk about the Legendary Skippers first. So what this does basically is it's a 4+ haste proc per minute, I believe, gem, which gives you a chance to proc any effect in the game at higher effectiveness. So what are those effects? Well, here's the whole list of them. So there are 11 other effects because obviously it can't proc itself, Legendary Skipper Citron. Of those, the best ones to hit, there are 6. So there are 6 DPS ones, 3 being stats, 3 being procs. The stats are, of course, the all stat one, a single target damage proc, the mastery one, an AoE proc, which is like a frost thing. You have a highest secondary stats proc, and then a 5 damage AoE proc. So those are the 6 damage ones, but there's also the Roaring War Queen's Citron. What this one does is basically whenever you proc it, you also proc the effects of the Singing Thunder Citron, which are these ones, of 4 nearby allies. So you're going to give 4 allies every secondary stat. This is very powerful because the stats also somehow get buffed up. A bit buggy there, but basically you have 7 out of 11 hits that are very strong. And the Roaring War Queen's one is insanely powerful because you're giving a ton of ally stats. Now, the plus side here is that it also hits you, which is why this thing is kind of crazy. Because the more allies you have, the more of these you're hitting, which means the more Stormbringer's Rune Citron stats you get. A single proc of this from an ally gives you roughly 1,500 every stat, which is 4,000 secondary stats, which is almost a combat potion, which is frankly kind of insane. Now, there are other hits. There's basically 3 healing hits. No, not 3, sorry. There's 2 healing hits and 2 like absorb shield hits. So you could hit Mariner's Hollowed Citron, which is like a healing, like the shaman healing chain, healing whatever. I don't remember what it's called. You have a stamina increase, which is honestly pretty good. And then you also have a heal over time and then a shield. I believe the shield is up here somewhere. Yeah, a 10% shield or whatever. So pretty good hits, honestly, all things considered. Very high chance of getting damaging. Pretty good chance of getting the survivability stuff as well, but basically 7 out of 11 to be really good damage sort of stats, 4 out of 11 to be pretty solid survivability things. So either way, this proc is pretty good. Now it's this high because it's prorating you getting a few procs from allies from the Skipper's Citron. Now there's a hard mathematical computation to do that, but basically this is really good if all your allies have it, and probably it's actually undervaluing it a bit if every single ally in your raid has this. This is just the best in every scenario: Mythic Plus, AoE, single target, cleave, because of Skipper's Citron and the chance for you to proc other allies, Stormbringer's Rune Citron, and for your skip proc as well. Now, if you don't like the RNG, or your party hates pirates, or your party doesn't want to use the RNG stuff, or there's people in your raid who are being grumpy about it, the other two options are going to be using Fathomdillo's Rune Citron and Windsinger's Rune Citron, which is the high secondary stat one, along with Thunderlord's Crackling Citron. This is the single target proc, and this is the best for pure single target damage, pretty obviously. If you're doing AoE or cleave and your party is being a little bit of a dick about it with the pirate thing, then you'll want to use the mastery one. We're using this in all scenarios. You want to use the Stormbringer one, which is all stat, and then finally the high secondary stat. So the best combination is all stat, mastery, and the pirate one, and this gets even better the more people that are using it. The best single target if people aren't using the skippers is mastery, highest secondary, and lightning. And the best in AoE or cleave if people aren't using the pirate one is going to be mastery, highest secondary stat, and all stat. So there you go. Those are the best ones. This ring is crazy. You're going to use this in every scenario. Just no questions asked. Just using this all the time. Of note, if you are using 2x Dawn Thread and you're not using skippers, then this combination here, the 3 stat gems, is better than the Thunder Gem. But it's still less overall than Thunder Gem with Ascendance. And Ascendance is crazy good with skippers because it gives you some mastery. Now there is one more kind of cheesy thing, but this is the effective end of the video if you're done here and you're happy with your Circe's Circlet. I'm very certain what I'm going to talk about next will be patched out, but if it's not, we're going to cover it. So those are your best gems for Circe's Circlet. If they ever fix this proccing other things, then these are going to be your other two options. So pick up all 5 of these gems. Shouldn't be too hard to do. You can buy them. They have drop sources. Should be pretty easy to get. But yeah, I hope you like skippers because you're going to be rolling some pirates. We're going to go into the game now and talk about the other crazier kind of weird thing that you can do with this ring. Okay, so the kind of cheesy thing, which may get patched out, but I want to talk about it anyways, is from the Fathomdillo's Rune Citron, which has, in addition, all other seeing Citron effects are increased based on your total mastery. Now, the way this is calculated, it's weird. It's not dynamic. So as your mastery goes up and down in combat, maybe you have different, I don't know, like procs or something, maybe you're using Scardins. As it goes up and down, this won't change. When this snapshots your mastery is when you equip it, which is very strange. But what that basically means is that you can use a bunch of consumables, as well as any buffs that you might be using, and get crazy high mastery to then buff up your gem thing. Now, the thing here is that it recalculates every time you die, every time you zone into an instance, and every time you change your gear or enchants, but you can use consumables to kind of game your mastery a bit when you first equip the ring going into a zone. And that's why this is kind of weird and cheaty. Very certain this will be patched out, but if it's not, here you go. So the best ways to do it, obviously have Shaman buff, have a very high mastery ring that you're going to equip your Citrons over because it counts it for some reason. And then you want to have a bunch of flasks. So you can have Flask of Alchemical Chaos and wait until it gets to mastery, which is your best bet. Otherwise, you can just pop a Flask of Tempered Mastery. But wait till this gets to mastery, and then you want to pop your Tempered Potion, which will give you more mastery, while also having the potion food, the mastery food, which could be Salty Dog, or if you have a ton of mastery, it could be one of these highest secondary stat ones. And by doing all of that, you're going to have a ton of temporary mastery when the ring equips. You can then, change your flask if you're using the mastery one. You can re-eat food, and you can. I'm not sure if weapon oils and stuff work, but there is an old weapon stone from Dragonflight that could give you more mastery. Kind of minor, doesn't really matter either way. But basically, you do that, you get a ton of temporary mastery from, your potion, from your flask, and from your food. And the ring will also, I'll count the mastery you had as you equipped it, will then uber boost your mastery. You'll have like 8,000 more mastery than you're supposed to, and the ring will do a ton more damage. Now, again, the problem with that is anytime you change your enchants, change your gear, zone into a zone, or die, it will recalculate. But if you want to get cheaty, if you want to get kind of weird about it, and you don't think you're gonna wipe, you're doing a re-clear, then doing this will be a pretty sizable gain. Now, if you're somebody who's playing Scardens and you're not using anything else and you plan to use Scardens the whole night, you can also pop your Scardens as you equip the ring to get even more mastery. Now, if you're using like a transmitter or another trinket that isn't Scardens, and you change it out, obviously it's going to recalculate. But if you're already using Scardens and you pop it and then equip the ring, it will count that mastery and snapshot it in. I highly think this is going to be patched out and changed, because it's all about this one citron snapshotting your mastery instead of doing dynamic stuff. But we'll see what happens. I figured I'd tell you guys about it anyways. It's very cheaty, it's kind of weird, but I'm not doing my job reporting stuff to you guys if I don't talk about it. Very kind of exploity. Use this at your own risk. I won't be doing this personally because I think it's kind of dumb. Maybe I'll do it once for fun, but I won't be doing this normally. And expect this to get patched out, but if it's not, there you go. All right, so that's everything you need to know about the ring in terms of what we're wearing. Now, this patch, I hate what they've done to this ring. It wasn't good, then it was good, then they nerfed it again, then they buffed it, and then they found new things. So the information of this ring has changed like 4 or 5 times. I've done my best to give you guys a video in a timely fashion, but you know, here we are, is what it is with my schedule and work and stuff like that. So for the time being, the skippers is going to be your best bet. With that cheaty mastery stuff, I wouldn't do it, but you can if you want to. And there's all this stuff about like, you know, using your secondary gems and proccing a ton of stuff and yada yada yada. So very powerful stuff. The ring's gonna be good all the way up until Prog next tier, because of the fact that it's 658, which is kind of crazy. It's gonna give you a ton of stamina as well. So new ring, very powerful. You're gonna want to use it. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think. I don't know, it's kind of dumb, but hey, there you go. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Drop a like, drop a comment, drop everything else, and peace. A big thank you to all of my channel members. Thank you to Zooligan, rpalms46, Fear Redefined, Justin Penny, Callum Price, Gabrielle Correa, Magicman 133, Falafador and Dark Terror, Sky Elk, and Brad Wisniak. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. If you want to support the channel a little bit, consider becoming a channel member down below. And just thanks for watching the videos, everybody. Even if you don't become a channel member, you're still supporting me. So thanks, everybody. See you guys next time. Peace.